Good evening, and welcome to Unkar Explains. I'm Unkar Rao, and we've got a lot to cover tonight. From international elections to simmering geopolitical tensions and unsettling developments in the Middle East, the world doesn't slow down, and neither do we. So, let's dive right into the top 5 breaking news stories you need to know right now. Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, has wasted no time in stirring things up. He's called a snap election, a move that has pundits and citizens alike buzzing. But this isn't just any election. It comes at a time when Canada's relationship with its southern neighbor is strained, to say the least. The ongoing trade war with the United States continues to cast a long shadow, and then there are President Trump's interesting comments about Canada becoming the 51st state. It's safe to say that all eyes will be on this election, and the stakes couldn't be higher. In a surprising turn of events, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has struck a conciliatory tone when it comes to China. Now, this is significant because the two Asian giants have a long and complicated history, marked by border disputes and geopolitical rivalry. Modi's recent statements, however, suggest a potential thaw in relations. He's emphasized the need for stronger ties and highlighted the return to normalcy along the contested border. Whether this newfound optimism translates into concrete action remains to be seen, but it's certainly a development worth watching closely. Chapter 3. Things are heating up in Turkey, and not in a good way. The country's main opposition leader, Ekrem İmamoğlu, has been arrested on what many are calling trumped-up corruption charges. Now, İmamoğlu is no ordinary politician. He's the popular mayor of Istanbul, and a thorn in the side of President Erdogan. This arrest has ignited protests across Turkey, the likes of which haven't been seen in years. It's a worrying escalation of the country's political crisis, and the international community is watching with bated breath. Chapter 4. The situation in Gaza is never far from the headlines, and tragically it's taken another turn for the worse. An Israeli airstrike on a hospital in Gaza has killed a senior Hamas leader and his aide, sparking outrage and raising fears of a new wave of violence. The strike targeted the Nasser Hospital, a key medical facility in Khan Yunis. Israel claims the strike was targeting a legitimate military target, but the incident has drawn sharp condemnation from international organizations. Chapter 5. With Canada heading to the polls, it's time to meet the key figures vying for your vote. In one corner, we have Prime Minister and Liberal leader Mark Carney, the man who called this snap election. He's facing stiff competition from the Conservative Party and its leader, who are hoping to capitalize on any dissatisfaction with the current government. And let's not forget about the New Democratic Party, a left-leaning party that could play a pivotal role if the election results in a hung parliament. It's a 5-week sprint to the finish line, and anything can happen. And that's a wrap on tonight's top stories. The world keeps spinning, and so do the news cycles. It's more important than ever to stay informed, to critically analyze the information coming at you, and to engage in meaningful conversations about the issues that matter most. That's it for today's top 5 breaking news stories.